Hey Queen, what's up girl? Welcome back to the Cash In on Confidence podcast. If you are not in the Facebook group, then you are missing out on literally helping me shape this podcast because I go to the group so much to figure out what you guys are needing, what you want, what to record. So I did exactly that today. I popped in the group and asked you guys between two options, what do you guys want me to record for the podcast today? And the winner was 3 types of content that you should be making. So that is what we're going to be diving into today. If you ever get ready to go make content for your business and you feel stuck and you're like, I don't know what I should be talking about, I don't know what to post, this is the episode for you. I'm going to be giving you the 3 different types of content that are vital for your business to help you make a big income and make a big impact. And this is going to help you be able to start planning out your content and never feel stuck or uninspired when it comes to what to post for your business. So go ahead and take a seat on that throne, fix your crown, queen, because we're about to go in. Hey queen, welcome to the Cash In on Confidence podcast, the show for social sellers who want to make a big impact and income. We are on a mission to transform the network marketing space by challenging societal standards and industry norms. I'm Tiffany Wynn. After spending years running circles in my business, I finally ditched the grind for grace and built a multiple 6-figure social selling empire. Around here, we mix faith with action to build businesses that pursue our purpose, use our gifts for glory, and align with our soul goals. If you're ready to grow against the grain and go from overwhelmed to overflowing, uncertain to unstoppable, striving to thriving, and turn that next level confidence into cash, then take a seat on that throne and fix your crown, queen, because we're about to pray, slay, and get paid. Okay, so when I say the 3 different types of content that you should be making, what I mean is the 3 different kinds of posts that you should be posting on your social media in order to make a big impact, because we know that if you want to make a big impact in your business, which is going to lead to the big income, then you need to be influential. So in order to be able to make an impact, it starts by becoming influential, by being able to influence people. And in order to influence people, people have to feel like they know you and can trust you. They have to feel like there is some kind of connection between you and them. Now, I know in the old school terms of network marketing, we call this the know, like, and trust factor. Well, I want to flip that around a little bit, and I'm probably going to do a whole podcast episode on this. And I don't want to take that word like out, because I think whenever we're looking at this as getting people to know, like, and trust you, then you try to blend in so much that you end up just looking like everyone else. We're not necessarily trying to get people to like you. You're trying to get people to feel connected to you. And when you look at it from that perspective, then it allows you to step into a smaller space where there maybe are going to be less people who feel that connection to you, because you're not going to be trying to look and sound and be like everyone else. You're going to be able to show up so much more authentically, because then you're not trying to get necessarily people to like you. You're just trying to get them to feel that connection and relatability to you. So in order to get that influence, you have to get people to know, connect, and trust you. And I'll do a whole podcast episode on this at one point, but that is really the key. And these 3 different types of posts, these 3 different types of content that I'm going to give you right now are going to be what helps you do that. It's going to be what helps people feel like they know, connect, and can trust you. And because of that, you're going to start to build influence with people, meaning people are going to feel like whatever it is that you have to offer them, they're going to grasp onto that because you have influence. So when you think about your favorite influencers, right? When they say they like something, people go and they buy it because they have been influenced by that person, because they know, connect, and feel like they can trust that person. So we want to do the same thing with you in your network marketing business. We want to help you become influential over the audience that you have. So an influencer doesn't necessarily mean someone who has a lot of followers, because there's people who have a lot of followers who have no influence over the people who are following them. A real influencer is simply someone who has people who are watching them that know, connect, and trust them. And that is the whole game plan. That is what you should be working towards in your business in order to make a bigger impact, which is going to lead to that bigger income that we want you to have. Okay? So let's dig into what these 3 different types of posts are. And these are the 3 E's. So each one of these, it's going to be super easy and simple for you to remember because it is just the 3 E's. Okay, so the first one is educational posts. And when I say educational posts, I'm not talking about like stuff that you learned in school education. I'm talking about just teaching your audience something that is going to be valuable to them, teaching them something that is going to help them and benefit them so that they feel like you are an expert or that you have more knowledge over that topic than they do. When someone feels like you have more knowledge over a topic than they do, then that's going to help them build that trust with you, because they're going to start to feel like, oh, she understands this thing better than I do. I can trust what she says on this topic. So you don't even necessarily have to be a quote unquote expert at that topic. You just simply have to give information that most people would not know on that topic. So I'm going to encourage you to do this surrounding what your product is or what it is that you are offering, but then also in other areas of your life that don't have anything to do with your product, but are going to help people see that you have other things going on in your life besides your business. So for example, if I were to do this, since I am with Closet Candy Boutique, which is clothing, I might share about a styling tip. So I might show people how they can take an outfit from day to night by switching out their jewelry, their accessories, and their shoes and throwing on a different layering piece. And that right there is an educational post that is teaching them something that maybe they wouldn't normally know on their own or be able to put together that thought process on their own. And so they're going to start to see me as someone who knows more about styling, more about clothing options than what they do or what the average person does. If you are in oils, you might show people how they can use oils to make their home less toxic. How can they make a candle out of oils? How can they use the oils as a healing for wounds or for headaches or for things like that? You would simply just make a post, and this can be as simple as saying something like, oh my gosh, my kid had the worst headache yesterday. I just rubbed some peppermint essential oil on their temples and the headache was gone in 5 minutes. I cannot believe how awesome this oil is for helping headaches dissipate or whatever. And that right there is an educational post. You're not selling anything. You're just teaching them, educating them on how that oil benefits can benefit them, how that oil can help them. So if it was me sharing about clothing, I would maybe have on and take a picture in one outfit and then take a picture in the date night outfit and talk about how my husband wanted to go out to eat, but I was already dressed. So in order to make my outfit go from day to night, I simply did these things. And it took my day outfit into a super cute, sexy nighttime look by just switching out my accessories and throwing on a layering piece. Something that is just educational and is going to help them learn something, going to give them value, going to benefit them. So you want to do that about your product, but you also want to do that on other areas of your life. You don't want to be and look like a walking billboard for your company, for your product. You want people to value who you are as a human and not just see you as a walking essential oil machine. You want people to see who you are as a human. You don't want people to see you as the walking ketone girl. You don't want people to see you as the walking makeup chick, right? Like, you want people to know who you are from a human perspective and not just because of what your company is or what it is that you sell. So I might talk about things related to motherhood and share different things that I'm doing as a mom. Maybe I'm going to share how I got my kid to sleep, even though that is not happening around here lately, y'all. Roxy has not been sleeping well. So maybe if I can figure out how to get her to start going back to sleep, maybe then I'll do a post that talks about what I did to help her go from not sleeping to sleeping again. Or whatever it is. Maybe you're going to share meal prep tips, even though you have nothing to do with fitness. Maybe you want to share something about that. But just so that people start to connect you, because then again, that's going to help them with that know piece of the know, connect, trust factor. You want them to feel like they know you. If all people know you as is by your product, by your company, then how much influence do you really think you're going to be able to build if that's all people see you as and know you as? You want people to know you on a personal level too. So educating them on something outside of your company, outside of your product, is going to help them start to feel like they know you. Okay, so that is number one, educational posts. Number two is going to be, and this is kind of 2 E's, emotional and encouraging. So these kinds of posts are the ones that are going to let people see your vulnerability. Vulnerability is such a superpower, and this is going to help people with that connection piece and the know, connect, and trust factor. Because when someone can connect to you from a soul level and they feel like they get you from a deeper place than just what is surface level, that is when you develop true influence. When you can get a person to see through the surface level stuff that most people are posting on social media, the highlight reel stuff, the stuff that is just very bland and basic, and you dive deeper and you let people see your flaws, you let people see your struggles, you let people see the things that you are being challenged by, the things that you are overcoming, the things that you have a testimony on, the mess. Like, when you let people in on that part of your life, then that is when people develop that true connection with you. And the connection piece is so huge in building influence. That is when you are going to be able to build a level of influence that actually gets people to pay attention and want to know more about you, want to be in your area because they feel like you are a soul sister to them, truly. I'm sure there are probably some of you who are listening to this podcast right now who maybe have never even met me in person, but you feel a type of connection with me because of some of the things that I share on my podcast and on social media that dive deeper than just the surface level stuff. And it helps you to see me from a vulnerable place that allows you to see me as human and not this just picture perfect robot person who has it all together and is perfect and gets all the blessings and joy and happiness, right? When I can show you my flaws, when I can show you my struggles, when I can show you the things that I've had to go through that I've overcome, that is what develops that true connection. So those encouraging and emotional posts, that is so important for your business to make that true impact that you want to be able to make. And the reason that I say both encouraging and emotional is the goal isn't to just be this emotional person who is just sharing all their struggles, sharing all the negative stuff happening in their life in order to try to make connections with people and then just leaving it at that. I want you to take that and turn it into something that is going to encourage, uplift, and inspire people. When they see that you have these challenges going on in your life, that you have these struggles, that there are things going on for you in your life that aren't perfect, but you turn that into something that is going to inspire them, encourage them, help them to see how, man, she is going through some of the same stuff I'm going through, but she is sharing how she is getting through it, or she's sharing the way that her mindset has shifted in the area, or she's sharing ways to stay strong around this topic. That is what is going to really make them see you as influential versus if you're just going around and talking about all the difficult things that you're dealing with in a way that is going to come off as kind of like, woe is me. You want this to be an opportunity to influence by helping people feel like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too. And so the point with these posts is not just to try to dig into like your past or share things just for the sake of getting people to feel connected to you. Really try to look around at your life and share things that are happening in your life right now. So like for me right now, being a sleep deprived mama of 2 littles, I might share something about that and share about how I've been wanting to just be like, man, it would be so much easier for me to just give this up because I am so exhausted and trying to stick with this business has been difficult in these last few weeks. But I'm not, because my vision for what I want to do and the impact that I want to make is so much stronger than this temporary season that I'm going through. Do you see how I just took that and that could literally be a post that I share that is going to connect to someone? Someone is going to read that post that is going to be feeling the same way that I am feeling and feeling like, gosh, I have been wanting to give up lately too because I am so exhausted. I have so much going on. I, don't want to keep trying to push through during this season. But when they see that, they're going to feel that connection and they're going to be like, okay, I got this too. Do you see what I mean? And your goal here is not to try to relate to everyone. You want to relate to the people who can authentically connect with who you are, what you are going through, what you have dealt with in the past. You're not trying to connect with everyone. Me writing a post like that is not going to connect to people who have kids who are maybe older and aren't dealing with the same kind of things that I'm dealing with. Or maybe people who don't have kids at all are not going to connect to that post. But that's not my goal. It's to try to connect with everyone. My goal is to connect with the people who are going to get me and be able to relate to me and what I am dealing with and what I am going through. Because when you do that, that is how you really create that influence, right? When you think about influencers on Instagram, there probably aren't very many people who aren't moms who are following the mom influencers who just talk about their kids all the time. They're probably not happening very much. That's probably like a very small percentage of that influencer's audience. But they're not trying to appease to the people who don't have kids, because they're not worried about who those people are, because that's not their target audience. So you want to connect and relate to the people who are going to have a similar life experience as you are in this moment. And that is going to shift and change as your life grows. So as your kids get older, the things that you're going to talk about that are emotional and encouraging are going to look different. Or even if you don't have kids, or just the life experiences that you're going to deal with are going to be ever changing. And so your story that you're sharing that is going to be encouraging for people is also going to be ever changing. Okay. So that's number 2, encouraging and emotional. So the last kind of posts that you want to be making are entertaining. So this is your chance to shine your personality. This is your chance to be who you are through and through, to your core. Show off you. Shine your light, because this is what is going to get people to really feel like they know you and connect with you, because they're going to feel like, I get her personality. I get who she is. If you don't have people sending you memes that relate to things about like who you are, or sending you reels that make them think of you, then that means you have not been showing up, showing your true and authentic self in an entertaining way. When people see something that relates to who you are, that connects to your personality, connects to you at your most authentic self, that should trigger a person's thought about you. When they see different memes, when they see different reels, they should be thinking about you and be like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of her because she talks about that. She talks about these kinds of things. That made me think of her. Your goal here is to be so truly, authentically you and who you are that it is going to implant this memory in people's brains about the things that relate to you at your core. So if you are someone who loves a certain kind of music, or you like a certain kind of food, or there is a certain hobby that you absolutely love, or you need to figure out who you are and use that to entertain through reels, through memes, through quotes, different things like that. I love going on Pinterest and searching like funny Christian quotes, or I'll search like funny mom life quotes that deal with stuff that I can connect and relate to. Are all of those things going to be the same? Are all of those things going to be things that everybody is going to get and that everybody is going to relate to? No. But if I can get the people who do understand that and who do connect and do relate to that to be like, oh, that reminds me of Tiffany, then I am going to be building an influence with those people that is going to help me make a bigger impact for my business. So if you are trying to be funny in a way that you're trying to make people like you and you're not showing off your true self, then yeah, you might get a lot of likes on that post, but is that actually building an influence with those people? Are you actually going to get people to feel connected to you? So the goal with these posts, with all of the 3 different types of posts, is not to get people to like you. The goal is not to think, how can I get a bunch of likes? The goal is to think, how can I get more influence? How can I get more people to know, connect, and trust me? That is what you should be thinking when you are creating posts, is how can I get more people to feel like they know me, feel like they connect to me, and feel like they can trust me? Because when you can get people to feel like they know, connect, and trust with you, then you're going to have such a big influence, and that is going to make the big impact. And so, yes, that number might be smaller than the person who is out there getting hundreds and thousands of likes on things because they're being very surface level, bland, and basic. but is that person actually building influence over people? Because when it comes to this business, if you're not getting people to actually jump and want to buy from you or want to join your team, then are the likes really that important? The likes aren't translating to dollars in your bank account. If you want to get more dollars in your bank account, then you need to have more influence. And it doesn't matter if that influence is 5 people who really and truly love you or 500 who are just like, meh, she's pretty cool, but not really into what she's doing. You want those few people who are so just raving fans of what it is, who you are, what you stand for, your personality, what you are educating on, what you are sharing about your life that is going to be encouraging to them. You want those few who are going to feel so connected, not the hundreds of thousands who are just surface level, meh, she's pretty cool, who are never going to buy from you, who are never going to join your team. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, you know what to do. Take a screenshot, share this on your Instagram and tag me at the Tiffany Wynn and at Cash In on Confidence. Come hang out with us in the Facebook group at TiffanyWynnVIP.com in the meantime, and be on the lookout for something super awesome. If you love this show and you want more, I got something up my sleeve that is going to blow your mind and rock your whole entire world. So be ready. Make sure you're subscribed. I cannot wait to chat with you again soon, Queen. I love you. Bye. Girlfriend, did you love that episode or did you love that episode? Let me know. Take a screenshot, put it in your Instagram stories, and tag me at the Tiffany Wynn. The more that we can share the love of this podcast, the more women that we are going to help. And the more women that we help, the more women we're going to see walking around being audacious about their ambition and glowing unapologetically. Would that not be the kind of world that you want to live in? I know I do. So make sure you're subscribed to this show and make sure you leave me a review. Come hang out with me on Instagram in between episodes, and I will chat with you again real soon. Love you.